This is the Jack Murphy Podcast. Here's your host, Jack Murphy.
All right, I told you yesterday, special guest coming on the program today, Chris Kelly, very old friend of mine, former co-worker, along with John Garrett, who is live from down in Montgomery, Alabama. Kelly, eat a sandwich.
I know.
You do look like you lost a little weight since the last time I saw you.
I was going to say that about you, John. I watch this podcast sometimes, and I didn't realize until about the third episode that you were the same guy I worked with 25 years ago because you've lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, I lost about 200 pounds a few years ago, 50 pounds of weight and 150 pounds of wife.
He's very angry as well, Chris.
Well, I've heard you say that too.
He's a heavy smoker. He's very disgruntled at women, and
I'm not disgruntled at women. I'm just aware of them now.
Gosh, I don't know if I fit here. I'm very happily married. I don't know.
You're going to learn a lot today. I can trust you. I can trust you. So anyway, John, first of all, you, from when you worked with us in the past, you just thinned out a little bit and got more muscular. Now, how did you do that? Is it the cigarettes? Is that?
No, after my let's see, 3 marriages ago.
Yeah.
I woke up one morning and literally looked in the mirror and said, that's it. I got to do something about this. And I started walking September 22nd, 2005. I woke up, walked outside, went around the neighborhood, and I never stopped doing that.
He's also a savant with dates, and he's almost like a Chris Dim and with artists and music and dates. It's amazing. So you made the decision when you decided you're going to spend the rest of your life alone, possibly. Right. You're going to try to look good for yourself.
I figure, I want to look good for my dogs, and in case when the coroner finally shows up, I want to look good and leave a good corpse behind.
Yeah.
Amen. If I die naked, I want to look decent.
With clean underwear.
That's
with clean
right.
underwear on.
That's right.
So I have some pictures that I'd like to share with you.
Please.
You may not say that after you see them. So these are some old pictures of us. I'm going to say these pictures are 17 years old, something like that.
Yeah, probably.
So first of all, John, here's me in this first picture.
Yeah.
There I am with the barbecue tongs.
I never knew you that chunky. You'd already slimmed down a little bit when I started working with you.
That's about 265, 270 there, weighing in on the old scale. The sad part about that is I was actually working out.
Yeah.
And jogging and trying to eat right, but failing miserably, obviously.
I remember when we worked together, it was funny. We used to make fun of your weight. That was kind of a joke that we'd go to.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it every day.
Isn't it great?
Hilarious.
One day I looked in the mirror at myself and I was like, why are we making fun of his weight? I'm fatter than he is. What are we doing?
Yeah, it was a regular thing they did. Yeah. It's very hurt my inner child really badly.
But you were good at that.
Here's Chris. He's the other. This is actually the same picture. I cropped it. Take a look at him.
Oh, worst.
What's the poundage on that picture?
I'm going to say I'm probably 300 pounds at that point.
Woo! But you're like 6'6", 6'7".
That's right. I'm 6'6", and so people used to always say you can hold your weight, but when you see that, my dog's barking. I'm sorry. Yeah. When you see
he didn't recognize the fat guy on the screen. Thought somebody broke in.
Who's this fat stranger? Trying to steal stuff.
How old were you when you decided to pull the trigger and lose weight?
Well, really, it was about 10 years ago. I got on the scale, I would say, 2013, 14, and I was 319 pounds. And I thought, my God, because I never got on the scale. I thought, I've got to do something.
Yeah, I hated to get on the scale. You didn't need to get on the scale. You could look in the mirror and say, I'm fat.
Of course.
You get out of the shower and go, God, that's grotesque.
But I would try to suck in my gut, and
nothing works.
Nothing worked. But as you said, I was tall. I am tall, so I could
get away with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I got so judging from that picture, you weren't hiding it very well.
I'll tell you, and I'm going to be totally transparent. I got up to right at 270, and at one point, I'll tell you when it really got me, I had to go buy a size 42 waist.
Yeah. I was up there too. Same.
I remember distinctly. It was December of 2001. It was right after 9/11. I just bought a new house.
See there? Recalls that date just like that.
You do. You have that.
Well,
He's a
because
savant.
here's why. I bought a bathroom scale, and I remember putting it down in my new bathroom, and I got on it, and the fattest I ever was 271.
Yeah.
You were bigger than me?
Yeah, and then the lowest I ever lost, it took me about a year and a half, I got down to 164. Wow, and then that was at
crazy.
That point, people start telling you, hey, you're starting to look a little sick, but you're like, no, I keep losing weight. I'll look better.
Yeah.
I looked in the mirror.
I
looked in the mirror and I was like, you know what? I'm looking a little sick. So I spent 3 days doing nothing but eating hamburgers, pizza, and donuts. And boom, I was right up in the 170s.
Well, I'll tell you, you're right. And I'll tell you who looks sick right now. It's Ryan Seacrest. Have you seen him lately?
I just saw him. He has lost a ton of weight.
I haven't seen him. Show me up close with Ryan.
Right here. Here he's in the middle, right there. He was already thin, and I bet he doesn't weigh 125 pounds now.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's had something done to his eyes.
Yeah.
He's had them stretched or something.
When he was young, like teenager, he was chunky. I know that. He lost weight to get into Hollywood.
If you go on YouTube and search him right now, there's some people who love, showing all those pictures. Yeah. And I think when he's like junior high and high school, he was pretty chubby.
Do you think he's got some kind of disease?
No, he didn't. No, I don't. Oh. I don't.
What are your pronouns?
I don't believe in that pronoun stuff. Anybody that believes in that pronoun stuff, I think their pronouns should be dumb and dumber.
Speaking of which, I hate to get getting all scatterbrained now.
Second.
I heard an interesting theory. I'd love to get your thoughts on this, Chris. So yesterday, I saw this couple. They're they're fairly TikTok famous. I don't know who they are, but they're obviously rich. Mm-hmm. And they're always at this mansion, and they're in this beautiful kitchen. And the husband's talking. He goes, yeah, we've known her a long time. And the wife instantly says, that's why we think he was gay. And I went, who are they talking about? And he said, yeah, Nicole, believe it or not. He said, one of my best friends was Shep Smith from Fox News, Shepard Smith. Mm-hmm. And now, when I always used to see Shepard Smith, and my gaydar went off on full alarm. That he's gay. He was a great news guy.
Yeah.
Right? And this guy said, and Nicole loved him. She was always trying to be around him and talk to him and wanted me to get her a date with him and all this stuff. And I finally told her he's gay.
Yeah.
and then she married what's his name? The country star.
Nicole Kidman
Keith.
married they
Keith.
just broke up. Yeah.
So they're saying that Keith was gay. And they said she has a history of it because she was with Tom Cruise. A lot of people say. And then she loved Shep Smith. And now her and him and Keith are getting a divorce.
Nicole Kidman's Hollywood's biggest beard.
Yeah.
Well, I remember hearing that Keith Urban was gay like before he dated her. That was always, but that happens with a lot of guys, even if they're single for too long, they say they're gay.
Happens to a lot of guys. Once you start marrying Nicole Kidman, people call you gay.
Yeah, yeah, they do. And
now she has that reputation.
I was shocked yesterday that they have 2 kids and neither one are trans.
That's right.
And they're in Hollywood. That's the amazing thing.
Biggie on the morning show said today he got the best deal in the history of custody. He gets them 59 days a year. It's like, that's perfect. That's all I want him.
And no child support either. No child support.
I know. They worked that out.
I don't need to make personal appearances at this point in time in my career. I am on the top of my game. I'm on the prime of my game. I ain't passed nothing up, baby. And I ain't gonna pass this up.
So what did you finally do to start losing weight? Because I think everybody does something different.
Right.
John, you basically just quit eating.
No, I went, this was 20 years ago, so Subway was still in vogue. And so I started.
You did the Jared diet?
I did I would eat 2 6-inch turkey subs on wheat every day, and then a lot of fruit. And I would walk 5 miles a day, and I just watched what I ate. Plus, I was single and wanted to look good again for all the hot honeys out there, so that didn't hurt. And plus,
didn't work out.
There was a little bit of heartbreak part in there. The heartbreak diet doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Grudge match. You want to grudge. You want to look good so the ex thinks you're hotter than you actually are, right?
And there's still a certain aspect of that. I still want to make sure if I ever run into one of my exes, and there are plenty,
Yeah.
I don't want to be fat, so.
He actually has a picture on his Facebook about a year ago. He ran into 3 of his ex-father-in-laws at the same Chick-fil-A at the same time and took a picture with
It was
them.
actually 2 former fathers-in-law at Chick-fil-A, and I got a picture of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty amazing.
Well, I keep a fat picture of myself on my desk all the time. One like you showed just a few minutes ago,
Okay.
so that I never go back to that.
All right.
I
So
have to.
one day you got up and you saw the scale and you decided,
Yeah.
what did you do?
Well, I used to eat it. Speaking of Chick-fil-A, I ate there probably 5 or 6 days a week. So
Terrible.
I said,
It's terrible.
I've got to cut that out. Because I thought that was healthy. It's like,
No,
well,
it's
chicken-
terrible.
Well, it's healthy for your
terrible.
soul.
Yeah, it's terrible. So I cut out a lot of, breads and a lot of sweets, and I started really eating a lot more just grilled chickens and fish, and really stuck to it for a year and a half, really diligent about that. And then we were
Right.
talking before we went on here about the gym. I fell in love with this gym called Orange Theory, and I go.
Now, what do they do? What is the Orange Theory? Because when I saw it, I first saw that when I moved to California back in 2015. They were popping up all over the place. And you'd see the people coming in and out of them. I go, I don't want to go work out with those people. They look
In shape.
they just looked very California liberalish.
Well, it's a little California liberalish, but
Okay, I was right.
How does a gym, how do you have a liberal gym, Do you do like half of a pull-up?
Well,
And
I'll
what do
give
you do?
Almost a sit-up.
One example is, they celebrate like Pride Month, and they, like
Mhm.
a lot of times you'll say, well, here's how I finished. You run a mile and who did the best, and they'll have categories: men, women, non-binary. They'll show.
How do you run a mile? The building's tiny.
Well, you do it on treadmill.
Oh,
It's all
okay.
treadmill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you go in there, and it's an hour-long class every day. You sign up on an app, and it's 30 minutes on the treadmill / rower, and then it's another 30 minutes on the weight floor.
Mhm.
And as soon as I started, I was like, I like this. It's the only thing I've ever stuck with. And within a couple
You
of weeks,
liked
I was
it.
going, I do. I love. Well,
Yeah.
the first time I did it, I thought I can't do it. It's too hard. It's a really hard workout. But the more I did it, the more I was like, well, I can do it. And then I started pushing myself more and more, and now I do it 6 days a week. I love it.
Quick question for John, can you smoke while you're doing the workout at Orange
They
Theory?
frown on it.
But
In the mornings,
you
Jack, sometimes I'll send you messages and stuff. My gym opens up at 4. So I'll get out in the parking lot, which is well lit, so I can see those shadowy figures from the bushes come at me and ask me for change.
because he urinates in the bushes around the gym because they're not, no one's in there yet.
But I can smoke. I can smoke while I'm doing my laps in the morning,
While
which
he's
is
walking.
awesome.
And he
then you-
finds a lot of loose change.
That's right. And
Well,
then you
sure.
go in and you use the loose change to buy more cigarettes.
right.
It's just a
So
never-ending
you do 30 minutes on the treadmill or the rower, and then you do some weights.
weights, yeah. And it's always predetermined. They'll tell you, and it's called high intensity interval training. So some days it's like run as fast as you can, now walk. Run as fast as you can, now walk.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's run, a bit
So-
over your base. and
So
go
they're
as long as
trying to
you can.
get your heart rate up into the extreme range for a little
Exactly.
while. Yeah.
And what tends to happen over time is it's harder to get it up in that extreme range, which means
as you get
you're
more in
getting better
shape, yeah. That's a younger person's workout.
Well, there are a lot of young people in there. There are.
Yeah.
But I have found, I ran a mile on a treadmill maybe a month ago, 6 minutes and 28 seconds.
Fantastic.
And
It's very fast.
Really good.
thanks. I couldn't do that in high school.
He's got
so
very
I-
long legs.
Do you
though.
ever-
Well, I do have
extremely
long-
Do
long?
you get
legs.
mad at yourself sometimes and think, damn it, why didn't I do this when I was 13?
Yes. Yes.
Well,
all
they,
the time.
they didn't have it when you were 13.
I could have gone
No,
for
but
a
I could've
walk.
run.
I could have
Yeah.
eaten a
he
salad.
ran a marathon.
I did run a marathon, but I'm in better shape now than when I ran the marathon. The marathon took me a long time, but it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, that was good training for sure.
Well, it certainly worked. Let me see. I think
Nice.
I've got some skinny Chris pictures here too. I mean, you can see how thin he is, but
Well, I appreciate it.
look at the difference from that fat picture, and look at that, John.
Yeah.
Nice. Looks like a nice pad, too. I'll tell that
His-
Rock 92 money.
His his
Yeah.
neck is taller than I am. Look at that.
Yeah. My son goes to Tennessee. That's where we
that's
were.
too
visiting
bad.
Tennessee.
Couldn't
Yeah.
get into Georgia.
No,
It's a little
and
tougher. It's a little tougher to
I-
get into.
I just went to the Georgia-Tennessee game. So you're talking about deflating. God.
Yeah.
that was
That's my
awful.
old neck of the woods. I worked for Mr. Dick over in Knoxville.
That's right. And that's where we were. I love
Well,
the campus.
There
Cool.
is nothing wrong with the University of Tennessee. It's a great place, and I bet that was the greatest sporting event you've ever been to.
It was the best sporting event I've ever attended. The atmosphere in that stadium was
electric,
incredible.
I loved it. No doubt about it.
It was incredible.
So I had, after all those years of working out, trying to eat right, and was just kidding myself. That's all.
Exactly.
Just kidding myself. Because I had a trainer, and I finally figured it out, was that you go to the gym and all you do is talk.
Right.
You sit around and talk. I mean, you might do a little, but a workout that should take 30 minutes takes you 2 hours. So you really are not accomplishing a whole lot.
The only thing I ever say at the gym is when I see a guy I know, I'll be like, "Hey, man, what you got today?" "I got back and buys," and I'm like, "I warmed up the weights for you," and you keep on going. Or, "Hey, man,
you're kind of an ass. You're kind of an asshole.
Hey, man, why don't you live
congenial." And I talk to people and like to have conversations, whereas you hate people.
And so keep on walking.
It's great.
Yeah, the fist bump's good. One time I went to the gym when I was going to, I think, Planet Fitness. And I went and got there. Now, we work morning show hours, as you know. So it's like 1 o'clock. And I thought, let me take a little nap in the car before I go in. So I slept about 45 minutes, then drove on home. So I literally never made it in.
That's another thing. See, I have time to do what I want now. So I literally spend 4 hours a day on fitness.
Yeah.
Between walking and working out and everything. But, when you get older, it's different. You can't do things aggressively. I don't do a lot of weight. I do a bunch of reps real slow. I do more body weight exercises. But, it's like everybody knows if you've ever lost it, it's all diet, pretty much.
It's mainly diet.
It's 95% diet.
So I gave up bread, no pasta. I eat, I did vegan for like 3 years.
I'm surprised you were able to do that. That's impressive.
And I lost a lot of weight with vegan, but the problem was I felt weak all the time.
Yeah.
I felt good at first, but then I began to notice I was losing muscle.
Yeah.
Mass.
How do you, when you go vegan, how do you get like protein?
Well, there's, things that you can eat that have protein. I mean, there's a lot of vegetables that have protein in them. And don't ever ask a vegan that because they'll give you a list this long. But I was losing muscle mass and I didn't like that. And so I just, now all I eat is, beef, chicken, vegetables, a lot of broccoli, stuff, it's no rocket science. And I don't eat bread very often at all. I never eat fast food and I never eat processed foods.
Yeah. Processed foods are worst.
The worst. And if I want a snack, I eat a piece of fruit.
Yeah.
Here's my problem. When I went on my weight loss journey, I was still a younger guy and I still had a fire for the ladies, hey, maybe I want to look good for a woman. And the older I get, the less that's important to me. So I find it hard to keep myself motivated to go to the gym because for so long it was vanity. It was not about health. It was just.
Are you having problem in that area? They have testosterone and stuff you can take now to.
No, I'm just not interested in giving all my money away to chicks anymore. That's a big turnoff. You can give me all the the testosterone shots you want. I'm never going to want to, give any more houses away.
So I started doing, eating that, and I noticed I started losing weight. And so that got me more interested in going a little bit longer at working out. So I started walking because I had knee surgery.
Yeah.
And, I was walking about 5 miles a day before I moved to California. In California, I lived in this great place up in the hills, and we had all these great trails. So we were doing 6, 7, 8 miles someday, and it was just great, tremendous.
Yeah.
And then when COVID came along, I had been going to the gym, and I hated going to the gym. I didn't know anybody there, I just didn't like it. So I bought some dumbbells and brought them home, and I found some workouts online, and I started doing those and just would change them. And so I do 200 push-ups in 10 minutes, and then I do 300 ab exercises. 50 body weight squats, and then I work different body parts with dumbbells.
Great.
As far as a workout, that's what I do.
Right.
But it's mainly the diet.
Speaking of COVID, when COVID hit, I was living in South Alabama, and they shut down all the gyms. So I was like you. I went out and I bought, or I think I had Bezos send me 2 10-pound hand weights. And I walked my neighborhood. I ended up walking about 8 miles a day with 10-pound hand weights. And the interesting thing was, when I moved to this little town, I didn't care about where I lived because I was just a single guy and I was trying to save money. So I moved to the worst part of town, like the MLK Rosa Parks Avenue area. Because I'm not.
His neighbor's name is Shadanda.
Well, let me put it this way: there was a shooting every week in Dothan, Alabama, and it was normally on my street. But,
Awesome.
But during the pandemic, it brought all of us together. And I remember walking around during the day with full-on Crips and Bloods all around, because, Crips got to work out too. They'd have their black trench coats on, so I knew they were packing, and it was
instead of weights, they had guns.
Right. And we would be like, hey, man, how y'all doing? Y'all be careful. Y'all stay safe. You remember we were all on the same page for a while. Me and the gangsters.
That didn't last, did it?
No, now I'm back to being just as...
When COVID was over, then we...
Yeah, get out of my neighborhood, boy.
So anyway, it's just, to me, it's just being consistent.
Exactly.
Consistent with the eating, consistent with the workout. And I've got my skinny picture, John. Here it comes now.
Wow. Look at that.
Not bad.
That's pretty impressive.
Hey,
I never had abs in my life. Never. Yeah. 67 years old to get that.
Chris,
never had them before.
Do you still look in the mirror, though, and see a fatso?
Me?
Chris.
Yeah, I think I'm a little, Jack is right. The consistency is such a big deal, but I'm like hyper vigilant about, that's why I almost never miss at the gym. Cause I felt like if I miss a week, I'm going to slide back.
It's easy to fall off the wagon.
Exactly. So I think I'm a little almost too consumed.
Do you have body dysmorphia? Do you still think of yourself as that pudgy 25-year-old?
Probably, yeah. I think I do. Yeah, it'll never be good enough, which is probably the wrong way.
I still, as happy as I am, I still feel fat. And I still need to lose 20 pounds.
Yeah,
25 pounds,
I agree, Jack.
Shut up. You should have said, no, you don't. You look great.
No,
you do look great.
If this was a
maybe you should start
podcast,
smoking
I would tell you look great.
Yeah, I should start smoking again. But better than, look, I feel great.
Me too.
And for me, at 67, it's about quality of life. If I live to be 85, 80, whatever, that's fine. But like, I'm getting ready to have my 50th high school reunion next year. And a friend of mine's on the committee. And I don't know what in the hell they do at these meetings, but they have one every month for like a year. I said, what are y'all doing? You got a place? You have a caterer? You charge $10? What else is there to talk about? And he goes, everybody just gets together and shoots the crap. Yeah. But they've got a spreadsheet with everybody on it, right? There's 2 columns of dead people.
I know.
From my class, and there's another column of disabled people that are in like assisted living.
Which category do you fall in, Jack?
I'm above ground and moving under my own power.
Hey, when you go to your reunion, are you going to take the picture and show everybody your abs? Hey, look at my abs.
I'm going to have it copies made and pass them out.
Hello, my name is. A little picture of you and your abs.
Yes. But seriously, it's all about, you want to, when you get to be 75, it's nice if you can get up and down off the toilet on your own.
Exactly.
And a lot of people can't.
It's not about just living a long time, like you said, 85 or 90, but having a decent quality of life. Nobody wants to just lay around for 20 years.
You want to be able to get out and walk in the woods or go to the lake. Or
John does want to just lay around for 20
That's
years.
literally all I want to do.
I don't know if I mentioned he's one of the laziest people I've ever met in my life.
I'm very lazy. I have no ambition except to go to the gym, and that's it.
He just wants to turn 62 so he can get his Social Security from the government.
I am counting down. Every day I look at my portfolio.
He wants to smoke weed and cigarettes and get his Social Security and watch the Bloods and Crips.
What do you want to do? Go out there and be a go-getter and get me a radio job? You want to go out there and send some air checks out?
No, you don't want to do that.
I wouldn't do that at this moment in time. No, I would not do that.
It's bad and it's getting worse all the time.
Yeah.
And you can see it. The funny thing about it is, as ex-radio people, you can hear it. Mm-hmm. Charlotte radio is awful.
There are a few shows. You and I did a real personality-driven show 30 years ago. We still do. They're fewer and farther between, unfortunately.
There's one sports talk station that's their morning show's okay. And of course they play it all day long, pretty much.
Right.
They play it again at night and overnight. And the WBT morning show's okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's just nothing.
I think
but they're doing the same. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I think radio is still viable. It's still eye level. It's still free and accessible. I think it's going to move more into talk. Every show is going to be a local daily podcast. You can't win just by playing the hits anymore.
By the way, the second favorite station I had here was another sports talk station. It's now called Podcast Radio.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They play podcasts. And it's terrible because they just pick random.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to get, or what episode. It's strange.
It's just changed so much, since you and I worked together, of course. And young people tell me they listen to the morning show, but they tell me, I heard your podcast. Like they call it a podcast, even when it's not a podcast. That's how much that term is taken over,
Well, the radio business, these radio companies are still operating radio like it's 1988. You got to play one thought per break, 30 seconds a break. And then here's another thing. And God love advertisers because I appreciate all of my sponsors, but it's hard to get people to sit.
Who are your sponsors, by the way?
I'm on a few stations.
Why don't you have it branded down there at the bottom under your picture?
Because
is Marlboro legal? Can you do that?
No, you can't advertise.
Can't have that.
John Carter voiceovers.
Oh,
okay.
I know him.
Yeah.
What was I saying? I was saying something
about the advertisers.
Oh, yes. But you can't ask people to sit through 22 minutes of units.
No,
it's hard. Yeah,
in this day and age, but that's the answer that radio has: is that people won't pay as much per minute, so we have to sell more minutes. It's a self-defeating. But now it's crept into the local television. They're getting rid of the weather guy. They got the sports guys working extra shift, and God forbid they have to go do something live on the scene.
Yeah.
And they just commercial after, and then they sneak in the 9 o'clock hour. It's one big fake commercial. It's, we used to have to do this where they go, well, joining us today is Sam, who's just opened an exciting new bakery in uptown Charlotte. And
wait a minute, are you talking about Sam's Bakery?
It's a giant infomercial, from 9 to 10 that they try to disguise as a news story.
It's true. That's absolutely true for the local news. It's tough. It's a tough business right now.
Not tricking anybody.
How's the radio business in Greensboro?
Well, we're trying. I mean, I think we do a pretty good job. Both the stations that we work for is a small company, and it's hard against the iHearts of the world, of course, but we still do the local entertainment talk radio. And I mean, I think we got something pretty special here. Mm-hmm. It's just like, you got to keep at it because you're being bombarded by everything you just talked about, all those difficulties all over the place. And local news here is the same way. They're like, some of the stations are farming out their Greensboro weather to Charlotte, and the guy in Charlotte does 7 stations. It's brutal.
Well,
it's brutal.
You know who is who's on the Fox affiliate here? Do you remember May Kay Beeler?
Oh yeah.
She's the aviation expert because she has a pilot's license and she does instruction and stuff. But she's on like every morning on the Fox affiliate. Anytime there's a story at the airport, she's there. Well, now suddenly she's doing fill-in news and stuff too on the Fox affiliate.
Yeah. They're cutting everywhere. They just cut all these jobs.
Meanwhile, they have a corporate jet. These TV companies have these stupid bit office, on the penthouse in some big city somewhere, and they're still blowing money like it's the olden days. Meanwhile, but
he's very bitter about ownership as well.
But they got to fire the local reporter who's making $24,000 because
I think one of his ex-wives may have been an executive at some radio or TV company. I'm not sure because he's bitter about it.
No, it's just all the people who were running the business when I was coming up. They all got their golden parachutes, and here I am, 53 years old, maybe looking for a new line of work before I retire, and it just seems kind of unfair. That I had to do all the shit they told me. I had to play by all their rules, and then when they got blown out, they got pay, and I just get blown out.
Yeah. I mean, I look back over my career, and I can think of like 7 or 8 people that I worked for who literally walked away with over $100 million.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. People like Scott Ginsburg.
Yeah.
People like that, his company folded into Clear Channel when he had 50 stations or something when they were selling for 20, 30 times cash flow, those guys. And the people at Citadel.
Oh, yeah.
That thing cashed out about twice.
Yeah, that's true.
And a bunch of people walked away with money. So, there's a lot of them that did that. And they all just vanished like rats.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah, in the business, am I the only one surprised, John? I can't believe you're only 53. That's unbelievable.
Well, thank you. I'm trying to smoke more, so I look old.
He's a child.
I could pass
I'm
for
joking.
60.
He's just a child.
When you said you're waiting for 62, I was like, well, he's got to be close.
I'm getting there.
I
may have to go work at Costco or something and hand out samples. I don't know if there's going to be a radio business before I can retire, and I am counting down.
I know you are.
You'll fit in. You're such a good people person. Costco's perfect for you. I can see you. Can I help you, ma'am? Is there anything I can help you with?
No, here's the thing. I can fake it. It's like a remote. When I was in radio, I could always fake it and be the life of the party as long as I was getting paid. But if I wasn't getting talent fee, I'm getting in my car and I'm going home.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a dream that much you could do anything?
Now, let me ask you, both of you, a question here. Are you pretty excited about the upcoming Super Bowl halftime show with the Bad Bunny?
Well, I know nothing about Bad Bunny.
I did a little deep dive into the Bunny yesterday, and he's I'm not a fan of the Bunny. He's one of the strangest artists that I've. You know, he's been involved in wrestling, actually in the ring.
Has he really?
Yeah, but he lives in Puerto Rico. He hates ICE. He's real anti-Trump. I just don't understand what the NFL's trying to accomplish.
Do you think it's because young people really like him and he sold so many download streams? And I heard it's going to be all in Spanish, that literally all his songs are in Spanish. So the entire halftime show will be in Spanish.
To me, it's a turnoff for the mass audience.
Look,
I can think of 10 country artists that are attractive to the younger end of the demo.
Other than Morgan Wallen. Other than Morgan Wallen or Taylor Swift.
Post Malone.
I don't know.
Jelly Roll.
Who?
Jelly Roll.
I don't know that they're there yet. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. You're still,
Jelly Roll?
He's not
He's
there.
big.
He's not
He's
there
huge.
yet. He's not
Luke Combs.
He's not Super Bowl ready yet.
I don't know.
You're full
Here's
of
the
crap.
thing.
They're
We're
big.
all a bunch of old men who don't understand Bad Bunny and Ice Spice and all these other ones that we're like, what? That's the way to go. It's not the Rolling Stones, Aerosmith, Pink Floyd world anymore.
Listen, do you know there hasn't been a rock artist in 12 years.
Is that right?
Yeah, 12 years. There hasn't been a rock artist.
Who was the last?
Kaja Gugu?
Well, when I was looking up Bad Bunny, I looked into that. And it just said 12 years. I forgot exactly who it was. Maybe it was Aerosmith.
Maybe.
Possibly.
But for several
years,
years, it was always rock bands. Paul McCartney, stupid Prince, all these old 80s.
How about the Eagles? Let's get them in
I'd love
there.
to get the Eagles
Fleetwood Mac. Get them in there.
Give me that. Give me some Fleetwood Mac.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I want to hear the Eagles
choice.
do "Love Will Keep Us Alive" right now.
Yeah, there we go.
During the halftime show.
Well, without Glenn Fry, with Glenn Fry leaving us.
Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be
Super
great
Bowl
if they got the Eagles and the Eagles were in the Super Bowl?
Oh, very possible.
Fantastic.
Very possible.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Well, did you hear that Taylor Swift was their first choice and she turned it down? I heard she wanted
to have control or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I don't know that until he retires, I don't know if
Kelsey.
Yeah. It'd be weird if he were in the Super Bowl and she was I don't know if there's anything wrong with it, but it would certainly be weird. And now we're talking about this.
I don't want to
yesterday,
see some spinster 36-year-old childless woman singing during the 50 halftime show.
I care nothing about seeing her either, but a lot of people do.
Yeah.
But we were talking about yesterday with the Nicole Kidman, Keith Urban breakup. What two beautiful people like that can't make it? What hope does anybody else have? Do you think? Alpha said, "Well, how long do you think Taylor Swift and Kelsey will, Mr. Kelsey will last?" And I said, "You mean how long do you think they'll make it to the marriage, or how long do you think the marriage will last?" Because she dumps them pretty quick.
She does. I think they'll make it to the marriage.
I do too.
But I don't know if they'll make it, forever and ever. Amen.
Yeah, I just don't think so. Because when he quits playing football,
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, he has a really good podcast.
Yeah, he does with his brother.
Yeah, and they get really great guests.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if that replaces football,
Yeah, it's a lot of time to fill. And Tom Brady, once he retired, that was they split.
Tom Brady's terrible as a football. I don't like
Oh
him.
my God.
He's awful.
He's awful. And he has all that great knowledge and he doesn't deliver it well.
But I don't see, like Travis Kelce, I think it's going to get very boring for him riding along in the jet. Yeah. Going from tour date to tour date.
Yeah, another thing is she's kind of painted herself in that corner because every woman wants to level up. They don't want to date some guy who makes less money than them. That's why the worst thing you can do is give a woman a raise, because if a woman's making 30 grand, she'll look at you, Jack, and go, wow, this Jack is my boyfriend. You give her a raise to 100, all of a sudden you don't make enough for her. So when Taylor Swift has a net worth 1.3 billion and Travis Kelce's worth 80 million, that looks like chump change to her.
Yeah.
And he can never tell her.
He's a loser.
Yeah.
He's a loser to her.
Well, then if she's got to date somebody who makes more money, who's Elon Musk or
Jeff Bezos?
She's painted herself in a corner.
Elon or Larry Ellison, any of those people would do fine,
That's about the only one she's got left, or those 2 or 3,
She's got to step up. Well, listen, before we let you go, how's our friend Biggie doing?
I think he's doing a little better. Biggie has a lot of challenges with his weight, but I believe he's on one of the he's on Mounjaro.
He's on the shot.
He's on a shot, and he's starting to lose some weight. But as well as
connective tissue and ligaments and muscle mass.
That's the issue. Yeah, he's got a lot of knee issues, and a lot of people ask me how he's doing, and he's got a really good attitude about it. He jokes about it. But hopefully over the next 6 months to a year, he'll really start to lose some weight with the shot.
We have a good friend who's been on the shot for a little over a year. She's lost 100 pounds.
Yeah, they really work. I mean, that has been something that's really been helpful for people.
I mean, I'll cook something and she'll come over and she'll take a couple of bites and say, do you have something?
I got no respect. I got no respect for the Mounjaro.
You don't like that?
I don't either. I like to do things the hard way.
Well, I like to do things the hard way too, but if it does help people, I have to kind of get around that. If it helps,
is, but more and more there, these pop-up health problems that these shots are causing. People who their digestive system locks up. Yeah. There's been blindness.
Yeah,
you look so good. I wish I could see myself because I'm blind.
I just think it's people lazy.
Heart problems.
I don't have any respect for people because I did it the old-fashioned way, being hungry and depriving myself, and that's
walking around parking lots smoking at 4 a.m. Hey, that's the way.
That's right.
Right, but I don't have Ozempic face.
I know. I appreciate it. I'm with you. You remember that time, Chris, a long time ago? And I think I know I did it. I'm not sure if you did, but there was a drug that was invented, and it was
Olestra.
Was that what it was? So you could eat whatever fatty food you wanted to, but you didn't absorb the fat. It squirted out. And I went to my Dr. Wong at Adams Farm Family Practice, and he goes, Dr. Wong, he grew up in Jamaica, but he was Chinese. Weirdest accent ever. He goes, man, that is some nasty stuff. You don't want to be taking that. And I said, I want to try it. He goes, okay, but I warned you. And you'd take it, and it would just happen.
Oh, yeah. You better be near a toilet. And I'm telling you, you couldn't do radio. You can't do morning radio doing that. But...
And that stuff went away pretty quickly.
Yeah.
That was Olean. Right. And that was
Olean.
And they used it
is that what it was?
And they used it, and they sold it as Olestra. And
Olestra, that was it.
Procter & Gamble.
They put it in like potato chips.
Yeah, Procter & Gamble. They spent $200 million in R&D on that just to end up walking away from it.
It's crazy.
That's right. That's right.
Well, all right. Thank you, Chris, for being with us. You look good. Eat a sandwich, though. It's okay.
I'm going to get one now.
Go get a Chick-fil-A and a waffle fry.
No. If I eat a Chick-fil-A sandwich today, I'll eat 2 tomorrow, and that'll be it. That's how I am.
Even the thing I discovered, Chick-fil-A puts a lot of stuff in their chicken.
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah.
I think there's some addictive chemicals in there that they put it something. I don't know what it is, but
I don't think Chick-fil-A is all that good. I think they have pretty good service, but their food is marginal at best.
Now that I don't eat it as much, I don't crave it. But if I were going to eat fast food today, I think the thing I'd like to have more than anything is McDonald's French fries.
Those are fantastic. That's the best fry.
Now, if you could eat any fast food, just leave your house right now and go get it, what would it be?
Well, for me, it would be Chick-fil-A. I disagree with John. I think the Chick-fil-A sandwich.
I love the Chick-fil-A sandwich with mayonnaise.
Yes. I love that. So that's what I would have. But I like the McDonald's fries better.
I like a pack and a half of the mayonnaise.
Let me tell you, a buddy of mine and I, about 2 months ago, had to go pick up something from his house. It was like an hour away for his lake house, right? So in order to pay me, he took me out to eat at McDonald's for my help. And I got a fish fillet and fries and a Dr. Pepper. And it was one of those rare times when everything was perfect. It was good. The fries were hot. There was a lot of salt on them. It was so good. And I was like, if I could do this every time, I would eat at McDonald's again. But it's so hit and miss.
Yeah.
I never liked the Chick-fil-A. I mean, the fish sandwich at McDonald's. Never cared for it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
So even when it was done right, I didn't care for it.
I've only had that probably 4 or 5 times in my life, and I never loved it.
And it was rarely, if ever done right, it was always rubbery.
It was
cold.
banging. It was perfection.
Well, you can live on that memory for a while.
Yeah.
Now.
The story about that was, you've probably heard this, that there's a McDonald's across the street from a Catholic church, and during Lent, he would not sell any burgers, so he came up with the fish fillet sandwich and it took off. Yeah, genius.
Cincinnati, Ohio is where it originated.
Is that where it was? Yep.
Yep.
Amazing.
And I always heard it was made from a trash fish called the triggerfish.
Yeah, terrible. That's what I hear too.
Yeah, some trash fish. Looks good, but it's actually a very cheap, terrible fish. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does anyone know how to pronounce this road?
All right. Well, anyway, thanks for being with us, Chris. John, thank you as always. Thank you for checking out the Jack Murphy podcast. If you haven't, go ahead and subscribe, like the video. And
how many subscribers do we have now?
I did yesterday. I looked at all the distribution platforms. So Rumble, YouTube, Apple, iHeart. There's about 7.
CompuServe, Prodigy, go on.
I was pretty excited. 518.
Well, all right.
518.
Right.
So.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Watch out, Mr. Beast. Here we come.
It's absolutely terrible, but we're getting there.
It's taking off. Well, wait till after this episode airs. My God.
You'll have 440 subscribers.
Anyway, thanks for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow on the Jack Murphy podcast.
Thanks for watching the Jack Murphy podcast. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Go ahead, ring it. Get alerts when a new episode drops. And tell your friends about the Jack Murphy podcast. But only the cool friends, please. Tune in next time for another episode of the Jack Murphy podcast.